Hey guys, I know in the last video I said I was going to get to these next, these Pentium Pros, but what I'm actually going to do, I just checked the, I checked the fingers out there and they're ready to rock and roll. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and get the fingers done, and we're going to save them Pentium Pros for last, because I'm just trying to stretch them out. I mean, I haven't done them in so long, I'm kind of excited about doing them. So, I'm sorry if I disappointed you, but we will get to these guys as soon as we get the fingers done. So this video, we're going to go ahead and get them fingers cleaned up, get them refined out, see what we get out of them. So we'll be back at you in a bit. Okay guys, we're just going to take our boards out of this AP. This is just it's just basically rinse water that I've used repeatedly to clean up the fingers. So what I'm going to do is just take them out of here, drip them off, and put them in here so that we're not making more contaminated water. We don't really need to do that. The water doesn't have to be fresh to rinse these, so there's no point in fouling some more water, because then we just have to clean it up and neutralize it and dispose of it, and there's no point in that. I'm going to be doing these a lot all the time, so until when this water gets as green as that from rinsing, then we will just put it through the distilling process, get the hydrochloric acid out of it, and powder out the copper too, and we'll be done. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Like I said, I'm just going to shake them off in here, let them drain, and then we're going to just put them all in here, and what little foils are stuck to them, if there are any, we'll clean out of there. Then we'll get this stuff filtered off and go ahead and dissolve our foils and see what we get on them. For the most part, looks like about 95% of these are freed up. I mean, we got a couple that have some foils left on them, which is pretty much always how it goes. So anyhow, let me get these cleaned up, and we'll get back at you when we are ready to filter this stuff off and get them cleaned up. Okay guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and filter this fluid off. I've just got a medium flow paper in here just to catch the foils. So it's no big deal really. Get every drop of that. We'll be dripping foils out on the counter. And anyhow, we're going to go through this process, then I'm going to do the same thing with this other tub that I put them into, and then we'll clean them up. So I just wanted to show you that this is, just filtering once again, which takes forever. But when we get this all done and get all these foils out of this solution, we will go ahead and refine them out and see how much gold we get out of them. So I'll get back at you when we are done with this process. Okay guys, we got our first, our main tub emptied out. There is the foils from that. What I'm going to do is just let the rest of that fluid pump out. Then we're going to take and separate these out, which it looks like 90–95% of the foils are loose, so we'll just have to pick them up out of there. And then we'll run that through this, and we will be ready to process our foils. Okay everybody, we are currently filtering off our rinse water. We're doing it through the same filter, so all our foils will be in one filter. There's our spent fingerboards. We got them all cleaned off. So as soon as this is done, we're going to rinse this real good, get it in a beaker, and put it in some aqua regia and get her dissolved. And then we will do our gold drop from our fingers and see what we get out of that. So when this is all ready to go and ready to go into the beaker, I'll get right back at you. Okay, everybody, we have finished. We have got all our foils rinsed. What I'm actually going to do now is pour this off in this jug, save it for next time, and I'm going to get a beaker out, and we are going to go ahead and get this stuff in a beaker, and then we'll take a little piece of filter paper, we'll wipe the inside of that out, make sure we get all the gold out of it, and we are going to dissolve our gold. So we'll be back at you in a bit. Okay guys, I normally don't show this part, but I figured I would show it right quick. And what I've actually done was I took my spray bottle and I rinsed the edges and sides of my filter out onto this paper towel. I don't know if you can see or not, but there is a few little gold particles on there. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use this paper towel to wipe the inside of this out, and we will just throw it in with our filter. So our filter is over here. There is our gold foils. Boy, if that was just that much gold and not foils, we would just be taking a vacation, I'll tell you that. But anyhow, I'm going to wipe that filter out, or that our Buckner funnel out, and throw that paper towel in with this. This is actually the filter and the foils. And we're going to get this going in Aqua Regia, and we are going to dissolve it and see how much gold we got. So here we go. I'll be back at you as soon as I get it set up. Okay guys, we got everything up on the warmer. We're actually got just the hydrochloric acid in right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some nitric, and we're going to start slowly dripping some nitric acid in and dissolve these foils. So let's get started on it. I may actually leave this the whole time and time lapse it so you guys can watch the process. But here we go. We got about 75 mils of hydrochloric acid, so I know we're going to need at least a couple of squirts of nitric here. We're already getting an instant reaction, so I'm going to just let it go for a second. We don't want it to boil over. And I'll get back at you when all that pretty gold is gone. Let's zoom you in there. Well, hey everybody, we are back again. I just did a quick time lapse on that. There's still a little bit of activity going on in there, but that went relatively fast, so I must have had the temperatures just right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit there for a little while longer, probably another 10 or 15 minutes, and when we're ready to get her filtered off, we'll get back at you. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we are ready to filter things off. I am ready for some refreshment. It's been a long, hard day. And it is time to finish up and go in the house and sit down. So we're going to go ahead and get this filtered off. Our paper towel and our filter broke up really nice, so we don't have a big clump, which will be good. It'll filter out more evenly. I'm getting a beautiful color solution. So we're just going to rinse this filter until it runs clear, so we have no color left in here, and then we might as well do another drop. What the heck? We'll go ahead and get this denox, get it ready to drop, and then we'll video the drop for this one, because it's going to have to sit till tomorrow anyway. So, alrighty guys, when we're ready to drop this out, I'll get back at you. Okay everybody, we have denoxed this solution. I just finished stirring the last little bit up. Got a beautiful color solution. Got some sodium metabisulfite, and we are going to just have at it. Nice color change. Over to snow white. Look at that. Gorgeous. Beautiful color change. It's a little cool out here, so it may take a second. And I see her starting to do it right now. Looking for about 1 gram of gold out of this, out of those fingers. 1.5 grams would be really nice, but I'm really only expecting 1 gram, because it wasn't all ram. You know, there was a little bit of other stuff in there, and that kind of has a tendency to lessen the yield. Got some serious gold on the stick. And we got a nice little pile already starting in the bottom. I'll tell you what, as far as cleaning goes, I clean and clean and clean and clean these beakers, and you can still see right there, look at the streaks. So I guess there's just no way around it. You're gonna get some streaks of gold one way or another. I don't care how good you clean your beakers. You think they're spotless, and they're not. It seems like wherever that glass rod hits, there's a little bit. Now when I put the hot water in there to flush it all out, this is really dropping fast. Wow. But when we put the hot water in there, we can turn it on an angle and it'll gather a lot of that up. So I'm not going to worry about it. That is like almost down already. I've never seen, that's the fastest drop I've ever had. I'm still going to let it sit overnight, but that is really amazing. That stuff is just about down completely. So that should be some pure gold there. Yeah, I mean, that is, look at that. It's almost, except for what's stuck to the side, it's down already. But you see how that comes right off? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there, but it'll actually just come right off when when I go to rinse it, it'll clean right up. But yeah, that is really something, man. That stuff is dropped out like, oh, I'm not going to say that word. I was going to say it's dropped out like lead, but it ain't lead. It's pure gold. When it falls out that fast, you've done a good refine, because normally it just doesn't. See, and it's coming right off the side of that glass. Normally it just doesn't fall out that fast. We've got a little bit of cloudiness in here, so we will leave it sit overnight. But I'm just gonna, while it's fresh, I'm gonna scrape that gold off the sides here, and you can see it just falls right down. Amazing how fast that one fell out. That was something else, boy. Alrighty guys, we will get back to you in the morning on this. See what we ended up with from these fingers, and then you know what's next. The last but not least, we're going to get started on those Pentium Pro processors. I've been saving them for the last. I was going to do them before I did this, but I checked these this afternoon and they were actually ready to go. So figured we might as well go ahead and get them done. And then we'll do our processors tomorrow. And this refine will be finished. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay guys, it is the next morning, and there is our drop all settled out. Looks like we got a pretty nice little pile of gold there, nice and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up down here, and we're going to get this melted and see what we got out of these fingers. And then in the next video we're going to get started on these bad boys right here. So let me get set up to melt this and we'll see what we got. Okay everybody, here we go. Here's our gold from the fingers. We're going to go ahead and get it in this dish, get it melted off. Put this over here for a sec. Looks like a pretty good clean drop. Wow, that's really nice and clean. Very happy with that. Get this jar. Very, very happy with that. Really nice. That's going to turn a nice bright tan yellowish color when we get it heated up. And then it's going to turn into some pretty gold. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up the torch, and we're going to get rolling on this. Got a little wind in here to deal with today. Okay guys, I can tell by the size of this thing that we're going to be really happy with this yield. I was hoping for 1 gram to 1.5 grams. I think we've got that at least. These must have been some really old, good quality fingers. So I'm going to get that tossed in the pickle pot. And we're going to weigh this booger up and see what we got out of them fingers, but it looks pretty good, so we'll be right back at you in just a sec. Okay guys, there it is. This is our little button of gold. Got a little cave in there, a little crevice. This is from our fingers. We were hoping for a minimum of 1 gram and a top of 1.5 grams. So let's see what we got. and we did good. We got 1.73 grams out of those. I was reading what this is not my super accurate or my real accurate scale. This is just the one I use out here, but it's showing 175, 176, 174, 170. So anyhow, that's good. That's a 1/4 of a gram more than I was hoping for at best. So that tells me that those were some probably older fingers. The drop was amazing. It was the fastest drop I've ever done, or I've ever had, you know, go that fast. So anyway, the fingers are finished. The chips are finished. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to start doing our processors in the next video. So y'all take care, and we will see you in the next video.
I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.